Hey, Matt,
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Well, how about you? I just Wednesday at the Bible day.
On Monday, I get to drive in DC.
Oh, wow.
On the truck and a big haul trailer.
Okay.
And then we're loading up on Friday and done. We're not going to fight Friday after
So just, right. So it's your day driving? I know, right? I've been cleaning the house, so. Yes. They are.
Thanks for the email. No. No. Thank you.
Not this time.
I got gifts for you. Website change already.
I know all I did was, this is just all those.
Yeah, I tell them that.
But it's a different.
The battery. I'm familiar with these.
Right. Yes.
That was there on my farm, my project. I think they're both good.
Yeah. I guess I'll come back to you.
I'm so glad that you called me.
What's the whole? I know about it. I heard about it.
Exactly.
Thanks for the future.
I haven't,
You don't want to, so you don't want to jump it. Backwards.
Yeah. That's actually what you're trying to do. Hey, big brother.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Bruce. Bruce.
We missed you Thursday.
I am so embarrassed. I truly am.
We forgave you. Yeah, we forgave you.
Am I getting forgetful? Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise it works.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be gone. Like, I'm not gonna be
Been all summer and then 5 inches now. They got almost 7. You see the picture, they got almost 7. Just like the whole thing downtown, they're just not walking on the streets. It's not developing big flashlight.
Took them 6 hours. Debris on the
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous. Just to sell it. Crazy.
Flash flood last night.
Yeah, they were talking, they were all quick to wash out and everything when we used to.
Could have been worse, Siberia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
That's the problem with.
No, it's a person who can't say no.
That's amazing.
Come on, Paul, let's go. We're gonna call the meeting to order. Everybody's here. Let's stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Minutes of the previous board meeting, has everybody had a chance to read those?
I move to accept the minutes of the August 8th meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the minutes of the previous board meeting. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say aye. No opposed. Clerk's report.
All right, I did post that there will be the open book and the board of review are coming up. The open book, which is when you can meet with the assessor and look at your evaluation, your assessment. And if you have questions or concerns, you can address him then and changes can be made. And that date is set for Monday, October 9th, and that will be from 11 a.m. to, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The board of review, which is a quasi judicial meeting, that will be held on Monday, October 16th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. For the board, there is the training. The new state statute requires that at least one of the board members must have taken the board of review training. I have completed that, and I will be filing my papers with the state. Anyone else that is wishing to do that would, on my desk, I have a brown envelope, and in it is a USB memory stick, and there's 2 training sessions in there that will qualify you for this training required for the state. If questions, just let me know. So next month we'll be looking at budget, so just everyone needs to be aware of that, and we'll be setting the dates in October after October 10th meeting. I have set up election training, but the county is having it. A number of our inspectors, election inspectors will be doing training on September 25th and 27th, and I myself will be doing it at the county as well. We also recently filed the recycling grant with the state. So that is my completed.
Treasurer's report, have we all seen it?
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I'll second that motion.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the treasurer's report. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed. Board comments?
I have one.
Okay.
I'd like to apologize to anyone who went out to the recycle center Friday. We changed our hours and I dropped the ball and did not get any advertising or notice out on that. So I'd like to apologize, but from now on, we're going to be open on Saturday and Sundays. Saturday is from 10 to 3, Sunday is from noon to 3. Also, we're still getting illegal dumping. And we had a stove and a refrigerator dropped off out there. We have an ordinance on the town book, this ordinance 90-3, which says that this is illegal and is punishable with a fine up to from $50 to $250. So I think we might look at maybe putting a sign up there reminding people that there's a fine if they get caught with illegal dumping. I know RD has tried to chase people down on the lawnmower, but they
I'd like to see that.
they get, yeah, I'd like to see it too. They get away from them. Our concern is that we'll just move the site of the illegal dumping. You know what I mean? They'll use roadways, they'll use the flowing well, they'll use other places. So if they do dump illegally, probably the best place to dump illegally is at the recycle center, but at the same time, we want to discourage that. So if you guys have any ideas on how to discourage that, I'd love to hear them. Thank you.
We're on board comments right now, but we don't get to public comments. Who's Jackie?
Yes, I do have a comment. In the past, as a lot of you remember, we had quite the issue with parking on both sides of Superior Avenue where you come off of Highway 13. Yes, I did venture into town Saturday against my better discretion. And here where we have it signed, no parking this side of the road on Superior Avenue, was full of traffic on both sides by the kayak shop. It was not the kayak people. And if we are going to have the no parking on that side, we need to have it no parking for everybody, or we're gonna have to forget about it for everybody. So that being said, and I'm not slapping anybody's hands, but if we are going to continue with that policy of no parking there, which part of that was brought up by the fire department, or access, if a fire truck would have to ever get down there, that having this experience, maybe next year when it comes to the art crawl, maybe some stakes and some flagging to hopefully keep people from parking in that one section. That's all I got to say.
Or comments, anything else? Moving on to correspondence, I don't have anything unless somebody else has correspondence. Committee reports, do you have any new reports? I think everything's been sent out probably.
I do have a couple comments on that.
Okay,
At the planning commission meeting on Thursday evening, we had moved it up so that we could have everyone there. We have been working on and are nearing completion of the short-term rental ordinance that's been worked on. And one question that we have is, does the board want to review it before the attorney reviews it, or do you want the attorney to review it first? But it will be presented at next month's meeting. So, want to review it first?
You can send it out to everybody if you want.
Okay.
Just do
Yeah,
that.
because we had a few more edits to do on the draft, and we pretty much at the end.
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Sanitary district, Mark?
No report.
No report?
all right, public comment period. Do you have any public comments? Yes, go ahead.
I was just gonna say about the dumping, I mean, I don't know how much it would cost to put up a video camera, but, and maybe that just moves it away from the, yeah.
That was exactly our thinking. We've talked about putting video cameras up there. But we think it would just result in dumping farther away, and we're not sure.
And I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, if people are gonna dump somewhere, the recycling center is a better place to do it than some ditch somewhere.
And it's not out of hand, but it seems like it's getting worse. Yeah, thank you.
Any other public comments? Yes. I'm just wanting to say thank you to the community and to the board for their support this weekend in doing the art crawl. And yes, we did have the glitch of cars parking in the no parking area on Superior on Saturday afternoon, and that is part of my report. And if anybody has any ideas about how we can do something different, we used some orange cones in a couple of areas this year, and that did seem to help. But there were those people that parked there, and I actually made 6 little handwritten signs and walked down the lake or the road and put them under people's windshield wipers. But by the time I got done with my 6, there were 5 more down past it. So yeah, I don't know. Those signs are pretty visible. People don't read. It's just the same thing that problem we've had out at on Lost Creek Road on some occasions. Well, most of you know and experienced that we had the art crawl this weekend if you were in town, or even if you didn't. The weather was agreeable. We had, on Sunday, it was glorious. It was just a beautiful, beautiful day. At the inception of the concept of having an art crawl happened in 2005. It was agreed upon by those who started it that it would be an event to support local artists and our local businesses in one end of the season celebration to gather people into town to shop and eat and enjoy. The spaces utilized this year in the downtown area were totally in the town village, were the marina shops, coffee shop, Eller's, Nikki's, farm store, and the lawn of the town hall. We did have a really decent turnout. There were 40 vendors this year. We felt that at times the traffic was a bit slower, but the sales didn't seem to reflect that. People did pretty well. This is the 3rd year that the Bayfield Chamber and Visitor Center has done their event on the same weekend that we do. I'm not smiling about that, but it's a reality. We do work with them to try to do promotional kinds of things. On Saturday, we had the glitch of the cars, but we've already talked about that. So again, thank you. It's a fun event. Everybody was very joyful, and I think pretty overall successful. And I put together, can you hear me? I put together comments from the evaluation sheets. If anybody wants to look at it, you're surely welcome to. Pretty positive about the community in general.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public comments? Yes, Yvette.
I see that there is an opportunity to get immunizations here at the community center in October. It's not on the agenda. I'd like to have a little more information about that, times, costs, and whether it's both COVID and influenza.
I received that from the county in an email, and all it was that flyer. They didn't have anything more along with it. They just asked if we would please post it. So I guess you'd have to check with the county.
Any other comments, questions, concerns? Somebody's raising their hand. Go ahead.
If there are opportunities to have a vaccine clinic or something, if you could please bring that to the post office, because I don't hear a lot, and I would love to be able to post that for our community members.
Yeah, I think somebody could, but it's the county doing it. We're not doing it. So, I mean, if there's a flyer,
Well, if
somebody can
has
bring it
one,
in.
If they would pass along, that would be wonderful.
I can get you another one.
Thank you, Meredith.
Anything else? All right, gonna move on to old business. First thing on the agenda is a Nick Priestash donation of 1931 Ford to the town of Bell. Did everybody get the agreement that I sent out? Do we have a motion or comments or concerns or what do you got?
What's in order?
I move to accept the agreement.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second to accept the agreement that Nick Priestash has presented the town. Is there any other discussion?
My only comment on it is we just need to be confident that we have a secure and safe storage location for it. So, other than that, I think it's fine.
I'd like to add that, or I'd like to make sure we take a whole lot of pictures of everything when we accept it to make sure that we can keep it in whatever condition it's in. So we need somebody that's good at that to do that, but kind of outside of the motion, but at the same time, it's kind of important. So, any other discussion? All right, the motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say aye. There's no opposed. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Nick.
All right, senior housing, Jesse wanted to, oh,
You want to sign that now, or do you want to do it later, or what?
well, we'd probably like to do it after we're done with the business portion, if that's all right with you.
That's fine.
Okay. Jesse, you'd like to give us an update?
Actually, I don't claim to be the leader of the pack, but I'm the instigator, so I'd like to defer that to someone that has actually been conducting the meetings and things like that,
Who are you asking?
either Phil or Roger.
May I use your microphone? Sure. Or you pass the buck from there. Yeah. Oh, there's a mic here.
That one works for
Hello, can you hear me? Is it working?
everything.
Oh, now it's green. Okay, all right. Okay, well, several of us have formed a group to study senior housing in the town of Belleville. And the question would be, why are we doing this? We're concerned about seniors who want to remain living independently in Cornucopia, but want low or no maintenance options that are not currently available. Numerous surveys have demonstrated that town of Belleville respondents, 84% of them, are in favor of developing new senior housing. So since we've been working together, what have we learned about senior housing? There are many details to investigate before any recommendation can be made. Senior housing can take several forms in terms of occupancy requirements, layout, financing, and so forth. A market study will need to be done to evaluate the appropriate size of the complex. We've discussed a 6 to 8 unit complex. We are aware that we can limit occupancy to people 62 plus that are able to live independently. Rent would be based on annual income of the occupant with income limits determined by HUD. There are many design options that will permit seniors to age in place comfortably. At this point, we've discussed utilizing Bayfield County Housing Authority to manage the property. We think Bayfield County Housing Authority is attractive because they are established, local, and can lead the project development and manage the complex. Bayfield County Housing Authority has a very rigorous process to determine whether they will pursue a project. One very important element of their analysis is community acceptance. If the community is supportive, they will consider a project. We would like the Town of Belleville Board to consider passing a resolution in support of continued study of senior housing. I want to restate that. Pass a resolution in support of continued study of senior housing. Please advise us if we can be of further assistance in this matter. As an ad hoc interested group of citizens, we are prepared to share our work with the Planning Commission or move forward in accordance with any procedure you choose. And we attached some supporting documents to this when we transferred it or sent it to Matt and so forth. The three documents were the Town of Belleville Comprehensive Plan survey results that I referred to when I said 84% of respondents. A similar question was, would you encourage or discourage the following developments? That was also from the survey. And then a 4-page Bell copy of the 4 pages out of the bill survey that responded to the same types of issues. So, just to restate what we're asking for is we would like the board to consider passing a resolution in support of continued study of senior housing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know you lost your mic, Jesse, but did you,
Sorry, Jesse.
I didn't know there was gonna be the resolution asked for, so we can't ask or can't do that tonight. We talked about that already, but, so if you want, we'll just put it on the agenda for next month. Sure. Okay. Is there any other questions for Jesse or Roger?
I would just like to add, one of the questions was asked about who will build and manage senior housing, and the answer to that is Bayfield County Housing Authority will own, finance, build, and manage the complex, as the town of Bell does not have the resources necessary to provide all these functions. So in other words, we would continue washing our hands.
All right, sounds good. All right, moving on to new business, picnic tables for the Swanson Pavilion. Gordy, do you tell us about that?
Yeah, Doug was gonna address it, but he wasn't able to be here tonight. So, the Parks and Lands have been, maintaining the, picnic tables down at the Swanson Pavilion for as long as I've been involved in it. And, it's a constant thing. They're, requiring painting every 1 or 2 years. And, a lot of them are to the point now where they're gonna require replacement, just because they're rotting. And, they're getting difficult. Even if you do repaint them, the paint doesn't last very long because it peels. And so we're looking at a more, I guess, low maintenance, solution to it. And Doug has, done some, research on it and has found some, steel tables that are powder coated, and they are very similar to the ones that are over at Myers Beach. And it looks like a really viable solution to it. They're a little pricey, but they're a lifetime table basically, and we'll never have to deal with it again. And I believe, I don't have it with me, I don't think, but I believe they were like $1,400 a piece. And we would like to get permission from the board to acquire 2 of them, and in the following years, maybe acquire a couple more, just as we have monies available in the budget. And so that's our proposal, and we're just throwing it out to the board for approval. And whether this happens this year or we put it in the budget for next year doesn't really matter. If there are funds available left this year, that'd be fine. We could put them on this year's budget, or next year we could put them in the budget when we redo the budget. So, but the proposal is out there, and we're just looking for approval. So,
Any questions or motions? Can we get a motion to approve the picnic tables?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the purchasing of the new picnic tables for the Swenson Pavilion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed. All right, moving on. Town assessor vacancy. Basically, our assessor is retiring, and our contract, or their, how would we word it? Their December 31st is their last day, basically. So we need to find a new assessor and hire a new town assessor. So, I don't have anything else besides that. It's just that I'm gonna be looking for some people that if they're interested to give us information or proposals on it. So hopefully next month we can have something to make a decision on. So if there's nothing else, or Mary Beth, if you have anything else, that's just what I'm doing.
I guess the only thing is that she will be here, as I mentioned, the dates for the open book and board of review too. So if we have questions or concerns, we can also ask her questions afterwards, because during the board of review, we don't talk business, but she will be around.
Yes,
Do we have to put this like out on bids? Do we have to solicit bids?
it's actually an appointed position technically. So the board just selects and hires basically. So if there's nothing else on that, that's what I'm doing. And that's actually tying into the next one, the town financial audit. Since we're hiring a new assessor, I thought it would be a good time to actually finally have an audit. So that, I don't think there's ever been one done, has there?
Actually, there was.
There was one done about 15 years ago by the state of Wisconsin. They had gone through, in which at that point they went through, I think it took maybe a month, and the books were all very well in order. And the only thing they did find was that the fire department, they were getting stipends, and they had thought that by doing stipends, that they weren't really employees. Well, they were. So the state didn't fine the town at all, but payroll taxes had to be paid from that point forth.
So, yeah, I guess just being that we're hiring the assessor, if we would look into the audit now, and I did look into it a little bit. We have to find somebody that would actually be willing to do it and find maybe some proposals, so on and so forth. But kind of more importantly is I think we've been doing the assessor contract for 5 years. Is that correct? Or is it 4, 5?
2 years.
2? Okay. We can go up to 5, I guess legally, but either way, I thought this would be a good time to come up with a plan to do an audit every 5 years or 10 years or whatever, but something that would coincide with the assessor, every other contract date or whatever. So I think if we work that together, future boards might actually remember to do it, because things get forgotten very quickly. So that's all I'm doing there, is I'm gonna possibly find some people that would do an audit, and then hopefully next month we can kind of make some kind of decision there too, because I have no idea who would do it, how much it's gonna cost, but that's where I'm at with that. So any questions?
Question, I think it's a grand idea. But one thing we might want to be able to do is if we could get a cost estimate and roll it into the budget. I mean, when we prepare the budget for next year, if we want to get that done next year. So that was my.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to get, some proposals or something for next month, so that because I have no idea what. And we can basically pick how in depth it is or how long it is or who does it. So I mean, there's gonna be a wide range of costs here. So, if there's no problems, I'm just gonna move forward with looking into that.
No, it's good. Good idea.
All right, O'Brien Properties LLC Class B liquor license. Mary Beth, you had the paperwork and everything for that?
I did receive an application from Wade and Cheryl O'Brien for the Class B liquor license. And it is for location of the Fat Radish. All the paperwork is in order. I have not put anything in the paper yet, because I was waiting for the any approvals or information coming from the town before I proceeded.
So there's no problems with anything, is what you're saying? We're good. Okay, so do we have a motion?
I'll move that we approve the liquor license for the O'Brien Properties LLC.
That'll be pending the notice in the paper.
All right, the motion's been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say aye. There's no opposed. Kowalski Class A Special Use, Grading and Land Use. Jackie?
at Thursday afternoon, evenings, planning commission meeting, we did review the permit request, and it is a recommendation of the planning commission to approve the Kowalski Class A special use grading land use permit. So I will make a motion to approve the Kowalski Class A.
Is there a second? Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion?
Yeah, I'm new to the board. It just seems like we have a lot of these special use grading things coming through lately. Or is it not lately? Has it always been like this? Or
It's been very.
from the rains? Okay.
What it is anything within 1,000 feet of Lake Superior needs a shoreline grading permit. And it's been getting more strict, so to speak, and with all the new building and new roads, every driveway, it all needs one, so that's why there's so much more now.
Thank you.
So, did we vote on that? I don't think we did.
No.
Okay, the motion was made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed. Miller Class A Special Use Shoreline Grading. Jackie.
Okay, on Thursday, we also reviewed the Miller Class A special use shoreline grading. And the permits were one for the cabin and one was for, it says shed here, which was the land use permit. And it is a recommendation of the planning commission for approval. And I will make the motion to approve.
There a second?
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? No more discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed. Public comment period again.
By the time I get this turned on, I'll be done with it. So, Matt, I'll assist you with this audit proposal stuff.
Okay, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, so I would be willing to help you with that.
Perfect. Thank you. Anything else? Public comments? Yes, Cheryl?
I would just like to thank the whole community for supporting us with everything that's going on, and we thank you for approving the pending license renewal. We hope that we can get things back rolling and that we will open the tiki bar at least and have something viable happening there so that there'll be something open in that location until hopefully we can get it sold.
Thank you. Anything else? All right, how about a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say aye. There's no opposed. Thank you for coming. We all have to sign the papers for the contract. We all have to sign the contract.
I know.
See you all summer. How you been?
My friend doesn't know us.
Oh, yeah.
I'll help. Say Dave, I'll help. I know what others do. I'll help. In my spare time. It's fun, yes. We did, but they all got right at the same
That's a whole. Wow. Yeah, really? Okay, what am I doing now? We got 3 copies. I got Jackie? How you want us? I was literally, I've been trying to talk to him, and probably back. I didn't know if it was roll right now. That would be doing that very settled. Just like, all of us, like everybody, the young couple that's in there. So, and seeing those 3 little kids running around and playing when I've been over there. It's what the place needed. Thank you very much. You know what I really would love to see someday? A nice write-up of your family. Kids they had, when they got married, what they did for them. Not only like, yeah, pressure. What's that? Oh, you know, everybody's there. Oh, you know, look at that. Right now, we just got. I know. You've already done. They still have the picture when you get service. It's chef. The pictures. Oh. Yeah. Thank you guys very much. I did. We're all.
Well, I think it's more than that actually for the buyer. I mean, we're good for like at least purchasing a vehicle. Okay, I'll call them tomorrow and get everything switched. Thank you.
But we want to give them. And I know, I look out the kitchen window when I feel cold.
Oh, it'll be really nice.
He's your problem.
Somewhat, yeah, I'm happy that we're talking.
Sign him on it again. Thank you so much.
Oh, I just gotta turn this live stream off or we're recording.
Yes, sir.